Now, sustainable performance matters. No lag, no stutters, smooth cruising all the time. To sum up, the POCO F2 Pro's overall performance is truly powerful, and it's very cool, literally cool. We have the Snapdragon 865, LPDDR5 RAM, and UFS 3.1. For sustainable performance, we added liquid cooled technology 2.0. For flagship connectivity, we have 5G, Wi-Fi 6, and Super Bluetooth. Powering all these amazing performance, we have a 4,700 milliamp battery that also supports 30-watt fast charge. And what does this mean? It means you will be able to experience the latest of anything with ease. And if we look at the comparison chart on performance only, overall against the OnePlus 8 Pro and the Samsung S20 Plus, a better Antutu score, a better flash storage, a bigger and better liquid cooled technology, a bigger battery, similar charge speeds. The Samsung is priced at 1,000 euros, and the OnePlus 8, 900 euros. It's a bit pricey, if you ask me. Now, I did say we're a performance-driven phone, but that does not mean we slacked in any other area. We want to make sure you have a great screen paired with such an amazing performance. Yes, a true full-screen display. No notch, no holes, fully immersive. For our true full-screen display, we have a 6.667-inch True AMOLED, a 92.7% screen-to-body ratio. That's a lot of screen. And having a true full screen, when you're gaming, you won't ever worry about having blocking a feature or a stat in your game. It's going to be always there. And when it comes to brightness, the POCO F2 Pro has a 5 million to 1 high contrast ratio, 800 nits on high brightness mode, and reaches up to 1,200 nits on maximum brightness. That's enough brightness for you to see super clearly, even when you're under the summer sun. Besides very high brightness, we make sure you also get the perfect brightness, the 360-degree ambient light sensor, which is a really cool feature. We added 3 light sensors that can detect the light environment around you and adjust brightness faster and more accurately. Now, this may seem like a small thing, but it really matters on a daily use experience. Let's see how it works and compare it to the other 2 phones. And for our screen, we have HDR10 Plus certification. It's always optimizing brightness and contrast, which will give you better detail and range of colors, whether you're gaming or watching HD content. And talking about HD content, actually, we're also Widevine L1 certified. You can watch HD in multiple platforms, such as YouTube, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and many others. I know you guys will be binge watching a lot of shows on the F2 Pro. Now, we have a lot of HD, but we also want to make sure our users' eyes are taken care of, which is why the POCO F2 Pro also passed the TÜV Rheinland Global Eye Care certification. We wouldn't want you to lose your 20/20 vision in the year of 2020. And because we're an AMOLED screen, we also have an in-screen fingerprint reader to ensure the security of your phone. a given feature in this day and age, of course. And speaking of unlocking, some of the features you'll be getting. Once you unlock the device, you'll see that the POCO F2 Pro will be running the latest Android 10 OS. You'll be able to enjoy all the latest features and be fully secured. And onto my favorite feature of the phone. Yes, we still have POCO Launcher 2.0. This is my favorite, and I would use this on any phone. It's just so good. Makes my life so much easier. That's because we believe the POCO Launcher 2.0 will make your life easier. It's built for flagship efficiency. For example, our app drawer. Usually, the app search is at the top. But for the POCO Launcher, the app drawer, we've taken into consideration the natural thumb area and moved the search bar to the bottom, so it allows you to have a speedier app search. And the POCO Launcher also automatically groups apps according to different categories. Usually, you have to do this yourself manually, but in the POCO Launcher, we do it for you automatically. It helps me a lot because when I get so many apps downloaded, I get a bit lazy on organizing. Don't judge me. And because all you have to do is swipe across the categories, and the apps are there for you. For example, if you installed a new social media app, it will be automatically get added to the communication tab. And the latest, our dark mode. It's easy on the eyes always. And come on, honestly, who doesn't love dark mode? It's always very cool. So POCO Launcher 2.0, you can get it on Google Play, as long as you're using an Android phone. You can set it as your default launcher. Currently, we have over 10 million downloads, and that's a mind-blowing number for us. We certainly didn't expect it, but we promise we will always optimize it to make it even better. Let's moving on to design. I know you guys have been waiting for so long to see the F2 Pro, and I won't hide it any longer. The POCO F2 Pro in cyber gray. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? It's sleek, it's eye-catching. And for the POCO F2 Pro, there is a symmetrical element and an ergonomical element to the design. We purposely put the camera placement in the middle, so when you're taking a photo or recording a video, your natural hand placement wouldn't block the camera. An elegant curved body design on the backside, enhancing your hand feel even more so. Then a Corning Gorilla Glass 5 front and back, making it sturdy and going through your daily wear and tear. Now here comes the cool part. And this is what I'm talking about. Some forgotten conveniences that flagship phones used to have. The IR blaster, the NFC, and most importantly, the headphone jack. I always thought to myself, I don't need headphone jacks. Then on some days, I'll be looking at my phone, looking to plug in my headphones. And I really appreciate that when it's actually there. And trust me, you'll want it, because we do believe all these features are still in high demand among our users. Now to show some other colors of the F2 Pro, let's take a look. Here are the 4 other color variants. The neon blue, the phantom white, the electric purple, and the cyber gray that you've already seen, which is also my personal favorite. So now, let's take a look at the product video. Now in my hands, I have the POCO F2 Pro. One in phantom white and the other one in cyber gray. They're both absolutely stunning, and they're super sleek. For the cyber gray, it's a bit glossy, but mostly matte. And for the phantom white, it's quite glossy, but it stands out super well. Now we also have the 2 other colors on the stands over there. The neon blue and the electric purple for a more vibrant color. It's a better choice, and it's super stylish as well. So to sum up design, a lot of our decisions made here were because we want to make sure we could offer an unforgettable look and feel experience. With a true full screen, you can have an immersive experience. We made sure we kept some of the features that are actually slowly fading away in flagship devices. And because these features still matters to our users. Now, we're going to move on to camera. And I'm super excited for this one. the quad camera setup. Quad camera in 2020 has been the norm, and it's no different for the POCO F2 Pro. We have a 64 megapixel main camera, a 123-degree ultra-wide angle camera, and a telemacro camera, which is my favorite, and a depth sensor. So let's start with a 64 megapixel main camera. So the POCO F2 Pro uses an industry-leading 64 megapixel Sony IMX686 sensor. This has a huge sensor size and a 1.6 micron 4-in-1 super pixel. With this, the Sony IMX686 produces stunning image quality with precise colors and very rich details. Let's take a look at some samples. You see, this is actually a peak of a snow mountain. But the full image, you can capture in ultra clear with sharp details. And this particular image was actually shot near Sichuan, China. It's a stunning view. Then let's zoom in, and we caught a plane. But only a part of a picture. It was just a small detail in the image. And that's actually how close you can zoom in. And when you zoom in, you can actually retain all those details. And that's pretty amazing, right? Now, we showed you some day shots, and let's show you some night shots. Night Mode 2.0. I know a lot of our fans are quite the night explorer. I've been on the POCO photo forums, and I see you guys taking beautiful night shots. So we had to make sure the POCO F2 Pro can meet their needs. This is a flagship level low light performance for the F2 Pro. Besides the ability to see clearly and at night, we also want to see wider. With a 123-degree sensor, you can capture an incredible amount of color, shadow, and details. Ultra-wide angles are always fun. You can capture more, especially on landscapes. Now, the really exciting part now. We've talked about clear, we talked about day, talked about night, and wide. It's time to get close, like super close. For the POCO F2 Pro's telemacro lens, it's super sharp and close-up, an industry first, because with these lenses, we're actually 2 times more macro. Let me show you what we mean by that. For our friends over the stream, do you have an idea what this is? Because at first, when I saw it, I actually didn't know what it was. It looked like some sort of silk, maybe, a colored brush. I couldn't tell. And then I actually found out it's actually a beautiful betta fish. Isn't that shocking? We're capturing the beauty from like another world. With a telemacro lens, you can see into the telemacro world, see the true colors up close. So close that we went to space. We went to the moon. Actually, no, we didn't. We actually just took a black and white photo of a telemacro shot that was shot on a piece of bread. And with these telemacro shots, you can actually get really, really creative. Let's show you another example. An oyster, not very photogenic on most days. But if you use a telemacro lens, you actually take a closer look and you could see something very, very different. For us, we thought it was the edge of another planet, looking far away at the universe. So today, I'm actually going to show you how it actually works in real life, not just show you some sample photos. Let's go take a look. Now, let's take a look at how the telemacro photo on the F2 Pro works. And then we press the telemacro function. Then we go 2 times more macro. So the marble actually becomes some sort of planet, actually, maybe Planet POCO. And then we can just take a photo, and you have something completely different. So much color and so much details. This is the POCO F2 Pro's telemacro lens. Now let's go back to the main stage. So now we've seen how a telemacro lens work. We can't wait to see your telemacro shots when you use the POCO F2 Pro. Tag us at Shot on POCO, as always, and show us your best work. And moving on to flagship videography. When it comes to flagship video, of course, we talk about 8K. Let's take a look. other video features the F2 POCO have, such as portrait mode, pro mode, and video stabilization. A lot of different features to meet your needs. And let's talk about the front camera. It's actually a pop-up camera, and it's 20 megapixels. And you could do a lot of fun features as well. For example, the other day at the office, we took a slow motion selfies with our colleague and pranked him. Let's take a look. So with all these features, we want our fans to unleash their creativity. Be different in such a packed digital age. Inspire others. And we want to be a part of that journey with you. So for the POCO F2 Pro's camera, we have the Sony IMX686, ultra wide angle, night mode 2.0, a telemacro camera. For video, we have 8K, portrait mode, slow motion selfies, pro mode, and video stabilization. It's a lot of fun features that I'm sure you'll love exploring, and I guarantee you enjoy it. Now, to sum up everything we talked about, the POCO F2 Pro is powerfully cool. It's versatile and powerful. With the latest specs in performance and a true full screen and a big battery, you can do anything. And this is why we believe the POCO F2 Pro is a true flagship. And I've been using this device myself for a couple of weeks now. And I can tell you guys confidently, it may be the perfect phone. For example, I'm a gamer myself. And when I go into the zone for hours, this phone can actually keep up. It can handle anything I throw at it. I love it, and I know you will too. And what do we mean by a true flagship? If you compare ourselves on paper against the other two flagships we talked about today, the Samsung S20 Plus and the OnePlus 8 Pro, we're actually on par with them on most specs, and even better than them at some. So like I said, what makes us different from a flagship phone? It's simple. It's our flagship killer price. I know, you guys have been waiting for this for a while, and I won't tease anymore. Let's reveal it right away. For our first option, 6 GB plus 128 GB option, we have the price of 499 euros. That's an amazing price, and this is a definition of worth. And for those who actually want more, we have more. For the 8 GB and 256 GB option, we also have an amazing price, starting at 599 euros. Now we can go back to the chart and see the numbers all over again. If you run through everything we talked about today, the performance, the sustainable performance, the battery, the true full screen, the camera, and the forgotten flagship specs, then you look at the price, we're actually 40 to 50% cheaper than OnePlus 8 Pro and the Samsung S20. That's pretty shocking. So here it is in summary. The POCO F2 Pro, powerfully cool. Starting at 499 euros and 599 euros in 4 very cool colors. So choose yours. And global availability starts today on Gearbest and AliExpress. And we have more channels coming. On POCO.net, Amazon, Lazada, Shopee, JD Central, and even more channels, where we will announce very, very soon. And you might actually also see the POCO F2 Pro in offline stores. So when you do, please make sure to check it out. Now again, the POCO F2 Pro, powerfully cool. We want to thank all of our fans and media and partners for joining us today. This would have not been possible without the support from all of you in the last 2 years. I know summer is coming, so stay cool, stay safe. Thank you very much. Till next time.
While the world is focused on chasing the latest and the flashiest, we pace ourselves so we can dive deep in what really matters. We hold firm to our beliefs and refuse to be swayed. We curate the technology to enable your daily experience with the raw power necessary to be effortless and smooth. We surpass ourselves every day, showing our passion, perseverance, and potential to the world. This is POCO, focusing on innovations that truly matter.
POCO.
While the world is focused on chasing the latest and the flashiest, we pace ourselves so we can dive deep in what really matters. We hold firm to our beliefs and refuse to be swayed. We curate the technology to enable your daily experience with the raw power necessary to be effortless and smooth. We surpass ourselves every day, showing our passion, perseverance, and potential